Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I'll have guests on from City of LaGrange and also from American Home Shield. So stay tuned for those interviews in just a moment. Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a guest on from City of LaGrange. I have the community organizer, Ben Wheeler. Ben, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Alton.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you and talk a little bit about some things that's going on in the community and some things that you guys have planned for the community that happens every year. And I know that the homeowners are very excited about that.
They are.
But before we get started in talking about those events, talk a little bit about your role as a community organizer for City of LaGrange.
Okay. I have been the community organizer for almost 4 years for City of LaGrange. And really, as a community organizer, that involves a lot of our larger events like Paint the Town, which we're going to talk a lot about, but also involved in the Hillside neighborhood and the Hillside revitalization effort taking place in the Hillside neighborhood. As first as being a neighbor and also as just a listener. One of the big things that I'm involved with is this community development aspect of it. And the term that we like to use there at Dash is called asset, A-S-S-E-T, based community development, where we ask the question, what can the neighborhood do for itself, or what are the resources already there? And so we have a lot of listening sessions, and already we're seeing a lot of just great potential out of that and growth out of that.
Well, very good. You know, I know my mother lives over on Jefferson Street, and I see you walking up and down the street there, along with the community kids. The community garden. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, for us.
Certainly, certainly. So one of the things that Dash has had the thought of from the very beginning was, what are the ideas about community gardening? And so recently what we've done is we've kind of taken a step back and given it back to the neighborhood and allow the neighborhood to kind of give voice to what the community garden really could look like and what it means. And so what happens is there's a gentleman named JT, and JT has actually divided up lots and has given, allowed neighbors to plant their own gardens there. And so far we have about 5 or 6 families with the hopes of already expanding because we're running out of space. So it's been a great way of just community organizing, people getting to know each other, people, you know, the hopes is actually that, you know, there's a lot of, like, somebody has a lot of tomatoes and somebody has a lot of green beans, we can do a little swapping and some things like that, so. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I see the kids, like I say, up and down the street with you, and I think they have just a great time, you know, getting involved with the community garden and other things that you all have going on there. But today you're here to talk a little bit about the Paint the Town, which is an event that started some years ago. And that you're very instrumental in, and I think one of our former council members is involved with it as well. Talk a little bit about Paint the Town, Ben.
Okay. Paint the Town was started in 2008 by Frank Cox, former city councilman, and we have painted just over, by the time we finish this year, we have just painted just over 125 homes. It is a community engagement and transformation that has taken place in our community, is where local churches, organizations, businesses are coming out and working together and meeting homeowners and working to help paint their house.
Okay, simple enough.
Exactly.
You know, and you're talking about coming out, and I know you say you guys will have done 125 homes after the completion of the week that's coming up.
Right.
Okay. Where have these homes been located, if you can talk about that?
They have been scattered throughout all of LaGrange so far. One thing about 2013 is the year of expansion for Paint the Town. Thanks to a financial contribution from Kia Motors and Manufacturing out of West Point, we're expanding to West Point, and also with a homeowner in Troup County, we're expanding to one home in Troup County.
Okay, so that'll be a first for the one in Troup County.
The first in both for West Point and as well in Troup County.
Very good. Now, and I know that every year, I'm sure the telephone rings, and can I get on the list? Talk about how are the homes selected that actually receive the assistance.
Okay. Yeah, we have 3 major, just basic kind of requirements. The first one is that they have to be a homeowner and they reside in the home. The second thing is based upon income, median income that we get from HUD. And then the third is if the home actually has the ability to be painted. Some homes, what we do is if the home's not quite ready to be painted, we refer them to some of our other programs at Dash, and then after that we go through the process. They contact us, we set up a meeting with them, we'd go through an interview process, we explain what Paint the Town means, what Paint the Town means for the community, but also what it means for the homeowner, and how much the homeowner has to reinvest back into Paint the Town.
Absolutely. And you're talking about painting in town, and the homeowner reinvesting back. do they actually get out and assist with painting?
Exactly, we do. We do. One of the things that the last couple of years that we've asked all of our homeowners to sign is a homeowner covenant. And this homeowner covenant is, first, it's just a, hey, would you make sure that the house is kind of ready for the house to be painted? Make sure that the area's cleared out, make sure the lawn's cut and things like that. But the other thing that we ask our homeowners, if there's an ability for them to come out, we understand there's some that don't have the physical ability, they can't come out, but we ask that if there's a family member or somebody that might be able to help out with some of the logistics or even painting. And so that's something that we have, it's been really interesting. It's immediately, you see this different kind of reaction from the homeowner. They say, absolutely, I'm glad you've asked me because I wanted to be a part of it.
Very good. And it's an exciting time. I do remember the days when I was over at Dash and Neighborhood Housing Services, and you went out and you provided services to the homeowner. You know, they were just elated to have the young people there to do it, and to know that somebody actually cared enough to kind of lend a helping hand.
Right.
You know, especially to some of our elderlies and those that may not have the physical ability to go out and do those things that they needed to have done.
Exactly.
So the home selection, and I know that your phone perhaps have rung off the hook. Have the homes for this year been selected already?
Yes, the homes for this year have already been selected, but we are looking for 2014 already. We're already thinking about 2014, so please don't be afraid to give us a call. By the way, I wanted to make sure that number is available. It's 706-298-0585.
Okay.
I or somebody from our staff will actually meet with a homeowner and contact you and say, hey, we're going to put you on our list for 2014 to contact you at that time when we get a little bit closer for the 2014 homes.
Okay. And we've been talking now, when is the Paint the Town coming?
Oh,
we haven't given out the date yet.
Yes, we do need to talk about it. May 28th through June the 2nd is the week that we have the concentration of our homes. The college already has painted their home, but the concentration of our homes are through May the 28th through June the 2nd.
Okay, very good. And the homes have already been selected, pretty much kind of sporadic throughout the city, or they're in a concentrated area this year?
For the most part, most of the homes are sporadic. Being a neighboring Hillside and also having to focus on the Hillside revitalization effort, we do have 4 homes that we're going to be painting in Hillside. And of course, you got the 2 homes in West Point and as well as in the one in Troup County. So for the most part, the homes are sporadic.
Okay, all right, very good. And of course, all of this is done with volunteer efforts. And I know that anytime you're talking about doing some community service and things of that nature, there's a need for volunteers. But talk about how your volunteers come to you, and if there's a need for additional volunteers at this time.
At this time, there isn't, because one of the things, because we're getting so close to Paint the Town, we'd like to have everything pretty much organized and ready to go so that when we're ready by May 28th, we are on the ball. But one of the things that I always tell anybody that's interested, please contact us. We will love for you to come out to see what the teams, like what happens on the team. And also the other thing is that we're already preparing for 2014, so we need to go ahead and have those teams already starting lined up. One of the great things about Paint the Town is that we have a list of teams that have been a part of us and part of the history, have been a part of the story since the very beginning. And I think that's one of the great things, because it's almost like, for me and for the teams, it's almost like a family reunion every year. It's almost that time of the year we go, oh my, it's good to see you, it's great to see you, you know, and things like that. We catch up, we share photos from our families and things like that, so. Very good,
very good. I know that's an exciting time. So volunteers are already selected, but for next year, you definitely again can call the 298 number.
298-0585.
Okay, very good. And let's talk about your material, your supplies. How do you go about, and I know that you get some money, you're getting money from Kia this year.
Correct.
And in the years past, how has the supplies been acquired?
The supplies every year, what we do is based upon the financial contributions from the community, we immediately go back to our local paint suppliers and purchase the paint for them. We actually provide them with all of the detailed information. Actually, we just did it yesterday, so they already know which homes they're receiving. And so all of our local paint suppliers are a big part of this. They've been a part of the logistics from the very beginning, and they've been very helpful and very just willing to help out.
Okay, well, very good. And I know there's always an opportunity for others to get involved, sponsorship. I think you might be looking for sponsorship. Talk about that for us, Ben.
Sure, absolutely. We're always looking for more sponsors because we feel like Paint the Town is a true community effort working together. And we're always looking for those financial and other in-kind contributions. We have a great in-kind contribution from Kroger every year where they provide lunches. We always have, we're always in need of financial contributions because somebody needs to pay for the paint, pay for supplies, pay for, marketing and things like that. But we're always looking for other ways to work together without the community and throughout the community. And so we're always looking for any kind of sponsorship, and we can work with that. We have a list of sponsorship levels for, depending on where your organization can fit. Okay. And we always take in individual donors, and we always make sure that they're always included in our big thank you and things like that.
Okay, well, very good. As always, you definitely want to recognize those sponsors, and you greatly appreciate the sponsorship that you get. And as we get ready to close out, we were talking before we came on, I think you said that the Paint the Town is caught on, and I think a smaller city out of the metro Atlanta area is going to be coming down and joining you guys this year.
Exactly. That was one of the things this year. We were kind of shocked, but it was kind of nice to receive this phone call. We had some City of Hateville, right outside of Atlanta. They had contacted us and said, hey, we've heard about Paint the Town. We hear what you guys are doing. We want to find out more information. And so they came down, met with us. And so this summer, in late June, they're going to actually do their own Paint the Town based upon our example here in LaGrange. So it's kind of spreading. It's kind of fun. It's kind of, I might actually go up and just watch them, and maybe I can learn something from them.
Absolutely. That sounds exciting,
It is.
So again, that's going to be Paint the Town. That's going to be May the 28th through June the 2nd.
Exactly.
Here in LaGrange. And of course, give them the numbers one more time, being if anybody missed those numbers, they want to contact you.
Yes, and that number is 706-298-0585. And I'm also going to give them my email, and that's bwheeler@-lagrange.org, and that's BWHEELER@-lagrange.org.
Okay. Well, Ben, I'm sure that the volunteers are ready, geared up, and the homeowners are probably excited about the fresh new paint the home is going to receive, and everybody's going to have a great time. And thank you for coming on and sharing this information about this today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, too. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment. Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my guest on from American Home Shield, I have the recruiter, Melissa Cormick, and also I have the telesales manager, Eric Earlbeck. Okay. Welcome both you ladies and gentlemen to the show.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Well, this is the first for me having someone on from American Home Shield. So before we get started in talking about the events that you all like to talk about, Eric, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about American Home Shield.
Sure, absolutely. American Home Shield is the nation's largest and oldest home warranty company. We've been in business for over 40 years. We've been actually in the LaGrange city for close to 9 years. We're located in the Calumet Office Center.
Okay, very good. And I think most of us know where that is, out by the post office. And I've been by the building myself a number of times. I can't say that I've ever been in there, though.
Right.
It's a very nice building location. Now, Melissa, you're the recruiter there at American Home Shield.
Right.
Talk about your role.
Well, I make sure that I bring in the top talent in the LaGrange area and fill the positions that we have at American Home Shield based on the criteria that we're looking for.
Okay, well, very good. And I know that you all recently had a job fair, I think, that's past Saturday, this past week. And I know that you guys are still looking for additional candidates. That's a great sign for here at Troup County that employers are hiring and things of that nature. Talk a little bit, Melissa, if you don't mind. What are you all looking for in a candidate?
Sure. With these sales positions that we have open, we are looking for candidates that can communicate with confidence and can articulate. These roles would be contacting people across the country, from New York to California to Texas, and would be selling American Home Shield home warranty. So it's important that someone over the phone can size up someone quickly and be able to develop a relationship in a short period of time so that they can promote and sell an American Home Shield warranty.
Okay, well, very good. You know, I almost kind of had to gift the gab a little bit, you think there?
You're right, absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, talk about, you guys were looking for the candidates that Melissa just talked about there. Talk about some of the positions that you all have. I heard she said sales. Other positions that y'all might have available?
Well, we do have currently 2 sales positions or departments that we're hiring for.
Okay.
One is more of an inbound channel where you're going to be talking to prospects and people that want our product. It wouldn't be any kind of cold calling or anything of that nature. Then we also have another department that we try to renew our customers. And it gives us an opportunity to build on new sales also.
Okay, well, very good. Now, let me ask you, now, and I understand you were saying warranties a moment ago in your conversation. Can you talk a little bit about the types of warranty that American Home Shield sells?
Sure, absolutely. The best way to explain the warranty and the warranty process is we cover your major systems and appliances in your home.
Okay.
So let's just say you pay $500. For that amount of money, we would cover, let's say if your AC would break down. We send a technician in your local area, you pay a service fee,
Okay.
and if it can be repaired, it'll be repaired. If it needs to be replaced, we'll replace that unit for you.
Oh, okay. And now all that's covered under the warranty?
It is.
Very good. Okay. Well, now, Melissa, talk a bit. I know that the job fair was back on Saturday, May the 4th. You guys are looking to extend that from the 6th to the 10th. Talk about,
Correct.
How the candidate and what the candidate can expect when they come out.
Sure, sure. We are going to continue the job fair, so to speak, through the week. And it would be wonderful for candidates to dress professionally as if they were coming to an interview, bring a resume, and at the office we will have an abbreviated application for them to complete. And myself and another recruiter will meet with them, and then based on the information that we receive and then we gather from that abbreviated interview, then we will most likely be moving forward with people through our normal application process.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like people could possibly get employed the same day. Is what fair to say?
Tentatively, absolutely.
Well, very good. And so, by all means, listeners, dress professionally, come prepared.
Right.
Eric, if you don't mind, talk a little bit for us about, again, some of the criteria that you all look for, because, being able to talk on the telephone, and as Melissa was talking about, being able to build that relationship, talk about how that is so important.
Well, we treat every one of our customers unique and special, so it takes the right individual to be able to emulate that in the conversation. You have to be able to think quick on your feet. You have to be able to relate. Small things like that really go far in any kind of process in life, but especially in a sales transaction. People that are driven, people that have leadership attributes are something that really can help a person be successful in the role, and something we're looking for.
Well, very good. Training that they go through, because I'm sure that you all have a dynamic training team out there. Talk about the training that the applicant will go through.
Absolutely. It's 2 full weeks of training where you're actually in the classroom itself, plus on the phones. It's fully paid. But we realize that training is extremely important, so that way you do have the skills given to you during that process.
Okay, well, very good. And talking about all that, I know that I think you all may have had an opportunity to work with the Troup County Works. Talk about the relationship that you all have with them, Melissa, if you don't mind, and some of the candidates that you have perhaps have hired.
Sure, absolutely. Troup County Works has been instrumental in our recruiting efforts. Of course, we always try to diversify our portfolio when recruiting, and Troup County Works has just been a wonderful avenue for us to use, not only for our sales positions, but also for our customer service positions as well.
Okay, well, very good. And of course, I know you probably, most of the candidates, a lot of the candidates probably use the traditional Department of Labor. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Absolutely, well, very good. Positions available, once again, if you don't mind mentioning those for our candidates that may be listening, that they heard a little bit. Talk about those positions one more time.
Again, sales openings that we're going to take applicants through the 10th.
Okay.
So it's really an opportunity for those people that believe in their skill set to come on out.
Okay, well, very good. How can the city, as we look to make sure that the people from Troup County and surrounding areas are employed, is there anything that you all would ask of the city to help as far as recruitment is concerned?
What we really look for is, I know a lot of these opportunities are filled by word of mouth, and if anyone is in touch with someone that might be looking for a job, that might have the characteristics and traits that we're looking for in these roles, pass the word along.
That's right.
Pass the word along.
Okay. Word of mouth, like I said, is a great communicator.
Absolutely.
And then too, hopefully, someone watching the show today heard about it and hear about it and will come out and get opportunity to meet Melissa and the other team members and Eric to get opportunity to be employed there.
Absolutely.
the working environment, I can only imagine that's a nice building from the exterior. Talk a little bit about the work environment there that you guys see, Eric.
It's a great work environment. Basically, the two sales teams that we're hiring for consist of right around 25 to 30 individuals right now. Great teams. A call center environment. The nice thing with these positions is we have a full benefits package that comes right along with it too.
Okay, well, very good. Well, by all means, I'm hoping that the candidates that are listening and that will come out and apply, Melissa will come to see you and Eric come and get an opportunity to speak with you. So again, that's going to be May the 6th through the 10th. They can come out, bring resumes, be ready to be employed perhaps, and go through a short interview. Any closing comments that either one of you need to add or like to add?
Sure. We will be accepting those applications between the hours of 10 and 2.
Oh, okay. Very
10
good.
a.m. and 2 p.m.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, thank both of you all for coming on and sharing this information. And by all means, hope you can fill those spaces and those positions and hopefully have some applications in reserve.
We do too. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you all both.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for City Week this week. My guests have been Ben Wheeler, community organizer from Dashville LaGrange, as he talked about the upcoming Paint the Town that will be taking place on May the 28th through June the 2nd. We say thank you to the volunteers, and to the homeowners we say congratulations on getting your homes painted. Also, I had on from American Home Shield, the recruiter, Melissa Cormick, and also Eric Earlback, as they talked about opportunities for candidates in the surrounding area to come out and fill out applications. Who knows, you might just get hired. So go on out, fill out an application. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed City Week this week. And as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.